Hi, Mike. Good morning. Big news today as Kevin Johnson announces he is stepping down after 5 years on April 4th as CEO. Now, the company has weathered the pandemic with Johnson expanding on platforms like mobile order and pay, drive-through, and cold beverages. It's also continued to expand in China during his tenure to more than 5,500 stores with him at the helm. Continued resurgences of COVID in both the U.S. and China weighed on earnings last quarter. The stock under his leadership had initially been flat, but has since grown up more than 40% during his tenure. Now, Howard Schultz is coming back for a second time as interim CEO while the company searches for a replacement. The last time that Schultz came back was 2008 at the height of the recession. Starbucks business is in much better shape, of course, now, but it is facing down a union fight that's gaining steam across the country. Howard went to Buffalo early on to talk to workers there ahead of the first union vote, so you have to imagine that he'll be active as this all plays out. This is also the second high-profile departure from the Starbucks executive bench in a little over a year, with Roz Brewer leaving last January to head to Walgreens in March of 2021. Which begs the question here, why wasn't a replacement lined up? Johnson says this process started about a year ago. Board Director Melody Hobson said this morning that the pandemic delayed the process with hiring. Howard's the right person for the job, but that's a question that investors are certainly going to be asking today. That being said, the stock is responding very positively to the news this morning, higher by just under 8%. Back over to you.
Yeah, Kate, we brought that up this morning, that idea that, I don't know if I buy that pandemic excuse. I mean, what, you can't meet with people, you can't figure things out. He signaled a year ago, and the board still had to come up with an interim. It's just an odd choice here, it seems, in some way, that they were not in a position to actually have a successor ready to go, not to mention letting Roz Brewer leave, if in fact she was seen as a potential heir apparent.
A great point, David, and I do remember that when Roz did leave last year, Kevin said that she had been wanting to be a CEO and took that opportunity at Walgreens because it came up and it was a great one for her. So that's the exact same question I think a lot of investors are asking was, where was the succession planning here? Why isn't there a replacement lined up? On Squawk Box this morning, Hobson did say we don't want to hire over Zoom. Of course, it's a very important position, but remains to be seen who steps into those big shoes to fill. But Howard is back now for the second time, so.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.